The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
There was a bacha who was driving from Yerushalayim to Tzfas. He lived in Tzfas, and he went home. He was going home, and he was going on the Kvish Shesh, very like a turnpike, a very big highway in Eretz Yisrael. And it's pouring cats and dogs, a real strong rain. If those that have been in Eretz Yisrael by a rain, they know what it means, a real rain. And it's pouring, and he sees that there's a car that's totally burnt out and smoking. It burnt, the whole car burnt to a crisp. He slowed down to look at it, and then as he was passing, he sees a fruma couple with a baby, with a child, and they're standing there in the rain, getting soaking wet, and everything they had probably got burnt in the car. So he was already past them because he was going like 60 and probably 120 kilometers an hour. So he slowed down, and he came to a stop. And he went into reverse, which is a big, big Avera. And he backed up slowly in the rain. He backed up all the way to them. He came there and he says, Eden, I feel so bad. Come into my car. I'll take you home. He said, you don't even know where we live. He says, doesn't matter. You need a Yid standing on the side of a road in the pouring rain. I'm going to take you wherever you need. So they said, fine, we live in Tzfas. Oh, he says, I'm going anyway to Tzfas. I live in Tzfas. It's not a problem. Okay. They get into the car and he gets back in. He's back on the highway. A few minutes later, he sees flashing lights and sirens, and the policeman behind him is screaming, pull over to the side. What's the great Avera? This Yid that he picked up forgot to put on a seatbelt. Big Avera. So he tells the police, listen here, do me a favor. These people, their car burnt. It's on the side of the road, 20 miles back. And I took them in the pouring rain. The guy is sopping wet. He forgot to put on a seatbelt. Have Rachmanis. The cop was smart, Alec, and the cop says, listen here, I'm giving you a fine for 1,000 shekel. It's berserk. But that's what he said. And if you're going to argue with me, I'm going to give you more fines. So be quiet. Okay, fine. He writes him out a ticket and he gives it to the driver. So they're going, and this person, that passenger, tells him, "Can I please have the ticket?" He says, "What do you need the ticket for?" He says, "I was not wearing a seatbelt. I need to pay the ticket." He says, No. The police officer didn't give you the ticket. He gave me the ticket. As it's all, the law is that if you are driving a car, you are responsible that everybody in the car has to be belted properly. And if you don't start the car, don't drive. But it's your achrayus. You're paying for it. So the guy says, I'm paying for the ticket. I'm sorry, I got the ticket, I'm paying the ticket. He says, no, it's my fault. Could be Dei Shamayim, I'm mechuyev. It's a grama, and grama bin nezaken, Dei Shamayim is mechuyev. The guy says, listen here, it's my mitzvah. It's all part of the hachnosas archim that I took you in. It's not free. Sometimes mitzvahs cost money. And today's mitzvah is going to cost me 1,000 shekel. Not paying extra gears. I'm going anyway to Tzfas. This mitzvah is going to cost me 1,000 shekel. I am not giving you the ticket. I feel very bad. I know you want to pay for it. I'm paying for it. You're worried about Klotzes Dei Shamayim. I'm moichel you 100%. I'm paying the ticket. Okay, sometimes you realize you can't argue with a guy. That's it. Fine. Especially he's doing you a favor. Fine. They start going. They're starting to get near Tzfas. And he asks him, okay, so we're getting to Tzfas. Where exactly do you live? And they realized that he lives around the corner from him. Mamish around the corner. This person is so impressed. He asked him, you live there? There's no young people on that street. He says, no, I'm a bacha still. I live by my parents still. I'm looking for a shidduch, but the vayla, I'm fine. So this guy went out of his mind. Such a bacha, such a choshev a bacha. He has such an understanding and such a marant to do mitzvahs. And he tells his wife when they get out, you have to find this bacha shidduch. And they start going through all the girls that they know in their area. And they taught a gewaldige shidduch. And they read a shidduch to this bacha. And 2 weeks later, they were a chas and kal. So by the Tanoim, the Vart, whatever it is, Eivus Sin, the bacha gets up and he says, Rabbi, I just want to say one thing. I'm sure you all heard the story. I want to say one thing. Klape chutz, it looked like that trip cost me 1,000 shekel. That's what it looked like. Everybody watching the story till today would think, you did a mitzvah, it cost you 1,000 shekel. But the truth is that today everybody realizes that dafka, because of that chesed, that they saw that I want to do the chesed in Gansen and I'm not taking the money from them, and that was the schus that I found the shidduch. It all came about because of that. So a person has to realize, Al pi Hashem yachnu, Al pi Hashem yisol. It's all because of HaKadosh Baruch Hu fearing us. When Hashem sees that we do this, Hashem pays you back.
Enjoyed this story?
Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org.